We've got some rumors to get to on today's episode, but I just want to open things up by shouting out the Noti Gang members. These are people that are always in the comment section early when the video is dropped. Tie Man the Buckeye, Cool Guy Called Zone. I'll toss in Jacob Kistner in here as well on the spot. Kimberly Hurst, Dylan Sutcliffe, and Levi Mayfield. You guys are real ones. Absolute legends on the channel. So shout out to you for being a part of the Noti Gang. And if you want to get a shout out on a future show, turn on your notifications and be one of the first to comment when our video comes out. Now let's get into our rumors for the day. First one being, are the Browns going to sign Hunter Renfrow? Should the Browns sign Hunter Renfrow? Just put everything under the signing Hunter Renfrow umbrella, and you get a one Bernie head, in my opinion, which means there's small shreds of truth. I'm not going to completely dismiss it and call it fake news, but I'm not going to give it much more than just one Bernie head. So the reason why we're talking about this is because Mary Kay did a mailbag article, and someone asked her about adding someone like Hunter Renfrow. And she said, if Watson feels strongly about acquiring Renfrow, the Browns would at least consider it. And then from that snippet right there, all of the horrible Twitter aggregators like ML Football and NFL Rooms ran with it and said the Browns are looking to add Hunter Renfrow. So then people started to get curious if this thing had any legs to it. Brad Stainbrook from the Orange and Brown Report commented on it, saying, while the Browns could revisit things before training camp kicks off, the team has not had any contact with Renfrow, a league source tells the OBR.com. And whether the Browns do have interest or not, my personal opinion is I'm passing on Hunter Renfrow. I feel like trying to recreate the Clemson Tigers in Cleveland is not going to be the storybook ending people think it is. Hunter Renfrow has just not been a good football player the last 2 years. I don't know how else to tell you guys this. Like, awesome 2021 year for not having a whole lot of smoke and expectations around him. Went over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, 100-plus grabs. But when I look at the last 4 years, what's the outlier? 2020, 2022, 2023, or 2021? I think the outlier is 2021. So that reason alone, we should be able to dismiss the idea of adding Hunter Renfrow. But let's take it one step further, because let's say you do believe that in a better system, in a fresh start, he could recreate that 2021 season, and signing him right now would be an absolute bargain for 1,000 yards. But when I look at Cleveland's wide receiver room, where is he going to get the snaps, right? Jerry Jeudy is a slot wide receiver. You drafted Jamari Thrash. He's going to be a slot wide receiver. David Bell is a slot wide receiver. Could Hunter Renfrow be better than those guys? Some, maybe like David Bell or maybe rookie Jamari Thrash. Definitely not Jerry Jeudy. But I don't see the point in adding someone to a spot that you've already got a lot of depth at when that player brings 300 yards last season to the table. So I'll turn it over to you guys. Should the Browns sign Hunter Renfrow? I'm going to pass. I'm not interested. I think the last 2 years we have seen Hunter Renfrow is not the 1,000-yard receiver he was in 2021. And you can attribute a lot of reasons to spotty quarterback play in Las Vegas, head coaching turnover and whatnot. But for me, I'm going to believe that the outlier is the 2021 season, not the all the other years. And then we couple that with the fact that the Browns are pretty good at slot wide receiver to begin with. But for those of you that are typing, yes, sign him, that's probably because you want to recreate the magic that Deshaun Watson and Hunter Renfrow had at Clemson. Of course, Watson connecting with Renfrow to win the college football playoff. It's time to close the yearbook. I mean, I'm not trying to do a Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercial here. Sometimes to move forward, you have to move back. No, it's 2024. There should be zero weight given to, well, in 2016 in college, those two guys had a that was the Trump administration. It was that long ago. The first year of it. No. Close the yearbook. Do not look at 2016 as motivation to sign a player. If an injury were to pop up, okay, talk to me then. But I am not going to feed into the argument of they were pretty good in 2016. Maybe they could carry that magic over to Cleveland. How many times in sports do we see front offices and teams try to chase tandems and groups from the past and recreate it in the present. And how often does that work? Hardly ever. Second rumor I want to get to on today's show. Should the Browns extend Amari Cooper? I'm going to give this one 3 Bernie heads. This is coming from a standpoint of what I think they should do, not necessarily what I'm hearing the Browns are close to doing. But after Justin Jefferson got the bag, 4-year, $140 million contract, that's an average of $35 million per season, the highest by any non-quarterback. Of course, all the other wide receivers are looking around thinking, well, they're not going to get Justin Jefferson money. But every time the bar goes up a little bit more and more, every wide receiver is a little bit thankful because then their price goes up a little bit more. So could Amari Cooper be next for a payday, right? You look at the top 10 highest paid wide receivers in football. I don't think Cooper or the Browns know that he should be in the top 10 list just for where he's at age-wise. Is he a top 10 wide receiver? The last 2 years, he has looked like one. But the unfortunate reality for Cooper is he got his big payday. He got that 5-year, $100 million contract from the Cowboys. And I don't think he's going to find another one that gets him into the top 10 highest paid wide receivers. But that 5-year, $100 million contract, it's going to expire soon, like after this season soon. And the Browns have already done their work on Jeudy, right? They extended him to a 3-year, $52 million contract. That made him the 25th highest paid wide receiver, which is looking pretty good right now compared to a lot of the other. Not that Jeudy's better than just Jefferson or Amon-Ra St. Brown, but just value-wise, it looks like it could be a steal, right? If Jeudy goes off for not even like an insane year, but 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, and he's a 25th highest paid wide receiver, yeah, value-wise, that's going to look like a great deal. So when it comes to Amari Cooper, I think the Browns should lock Amari Cooper up for 2 more years. He's going to turn 30 years old in a few weeks, but I still think he has plenty of gas left in the tank. And I'm going to expand on this thought in just a moment. But if you want to get your hands on some new Browns merch, go to chatsports.com/CLE Polo and get yourself a brand new Brownie the Elf polo. I put this link for you all in the comments and description of today's video. But while the summer months are here, wear your favorite team while also staying cool by going to chatsports.com/CLE Polo. I don't think I need to convince anyone that Amari Cooper has been freaking awesome his 2 years in Cleveland. Back-to-back 1,100-plus yard seasons, 14 total touchdowns combined. Amari Cooper has been awesome, right? I mean, take it one step further. I'll say Amari Cooper has been better the last 2 years of his NFL career than any other 2-year stretch in his entire NFL career. So, yes, there is the age element. He's going to be turning 30 soon. But I still think Amari Cooper is playing at a high enough level where you don't want to lose him after 2024. So this would be the contract extension I would offer Amari Cooper if I were the Browns. 3-year, $63 million contract. That's an average of $21 million. That doesn't even crack the top 10 highest paid. Guarantee $40 million, and that's basically a 2-year, $40 million contract, which is what he's getting paid now, $20 million a season. So just continue the average salary he's getting right now because, yes, he's still playing at a high level, but even he knows that if he hit the open market after 2024, a 30-year-old wide receiver is not going to get a great amount of money if he does not have a superb season. So does Amari Cooper want to bet on himself this season or take $40 million guaranteed and run with it? Personally, I would do the 40 G's guaranteed, then hope he has another great season. It maybe gets a little bit more in free agency, but likely not a whole lot more for being a 30-year-old wideout. So to me, this seems like a win-win extension for both sides. Now, for all of you saying, don't extend him. He's going to be 30 years old this season. You don't want to be on the hook for 3 more years when he's 33. One, we only guaranteed $40 million. So if you're truly that concerned about the age factor, it's basically just a 2-year, $40 million contract. And if Cooper looks awesome those 2 years, great. You've got him for a 3rd season. Now, I did some digging here. And the kiss of death, which is 30 years old, is not as bad as people may think it is. But Cooper's going to be 30 this season. We're talking about Amari Cooper 31, 32, 33 for this contract extension. And so what I did was I looked at the NFL stats last year of wide receivers that are 31 years or older that had 1,000+ receiving yards. And there were 4 guys last year that did that: Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and Adam Thielen. So don't tell me guys can't be 31 years old and still be very productive. Keenan Allen last year had arguably the best season of his NFL career, or one of the best, at 31. So no, I'm not going to buy into the idea that just because you're 31, that means you have to suck. Tell these guys that, because they surely did not stink last year. It's also worth noting that we're sort of noticing a different trend in the NFL of receivers aging decently well. Before those 4 players got over 1,000 yards at 31 years or older, the last guy to do it was Julian Edelman in 2019. So a big jump in time between Edelman and 2023. But I think we're noticing a trend that teams, or maybe not teams, I should say, wide receivers are doing a better job of making sure that they can continue playing longer in their career, like Larry Fitzgerald did for so long, and still put together really strong seasons. So I believe Amari Cooper can play at a high level into 31, 32 years old, which is when I'm proposing that you lock him up under contract for. So would you extend Amari Cooper? Give me extend or give me decline. I just feel like he has been way too good to not take up another 2 or 3 years of his contract. So I'm typing extend down below in the comment section. But I always want to hear from you guys at home. All right, let's bring on producer Trizzy Trace to pick a card. Trace, which card do you want to go with?
I'm going to go with the 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds?
Yep.
Okay, give me the 6 of clubs.
Come on.
No. 9 of clubs. 9 of clubs. All right, that will do it for us on today's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed our episode, leave us a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help grow the channel, and we'll see you all later.